new style of content called to the point shit. Let's get straight into this. I've got my computer here, but I'm actually reading from a secretly hidden pad of paper. Losing weight is not difficult. It really frustrates me, this idea that it's a really difficult process. It can actually be the easiest process in the world, but the problem is not the physical toll it takes on your body. The problem is that people can't do it mentally. And the key, in my opinion, to losing weight, to being able to manage your weight yourself, is finding a nutritional approach that works for you, because they all work. You can literally do anything as long as you're in a calorie deficit, but to consistently be able to follow that same routine, that is where the problem lies. So today in this video, I'm going to give you the diet that has worked best for me over the years, the nutritional plan that I always fall back on. And just a quick disclaimer before we start, guys, because I always am aware of the people who write comments. This isn't a long-term approach that I am suggesting. This is a clear tactic, a clear plan to help you lose weight, to bring that weight down. And the way I structure this, which is very simple, you're going to find, means that you can adjust your portion size, your calories, although we're not going to be counting calories, easily. You can manipulate it when you need extra calories or when you need to really cut back. I don't think it's realistic to ask people who are new to weight loss to weigh their food out, to count each calorie. Off to a losing start, because it becomes long-winded process. So simplicity is the key. Let's get straight into it. Intermittent fasting. It works. It works. Now, there's going to be research that debunks it, there's going to be research that supports it, but for me, it is a super successful way to control your calories throughout the day, to get large, satisfying meals, but to continue to lose weight. So here's what we're going to do. And this is going to be built around a standard 9 to 5 workday. Of course, adjust accordingly. You're smart enough to do that, I'm sure. We're going to wake up and we're not going to have anything to eat until lunchtime. I like to take some caffeine on board in the form of a pill, because I don't like drinking coffee. About 100 milligrams of caffeine to get me through the morning. Drink lots of water. That is going to be enough for me. After a few weeks of doing that, you get used to it, guys. You don't crave the food, especially if you're busy at your job, taking care of your kids, whatever it is that you do. If you are literally just sitting around all the time because you're rich, congratulations. It's going to be difficult, because that's when the food cravings come in, similar to what most people experience at nighttime. But if you've got busy mornings, full mornings where you don't really need to think about food that much, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for you to adjust and to start holding your first meal of the day off until lunchtime. So we've got to lunchtime, and that's when we're going to break this fast. And I like to get all of the good macronutrients in one meal. Some carbohydrates, some protein, not so much some fats, I save that until later on, but also lots of vitamins from vegetables and fruits. Super simple meal: sweet potato, broccoli, chicken, with some sort of fruit afterwards, maybe some watermelon. That is a perfect meal that is going to fill you up. It's going to get you through your afternoon. You're not going to be hungry after you've eaten that meal, and you've already saved yourself those calories that you didn't eat in the morning. Midway through the afternoon, or about 1 hour before you usually work out, whether that be straight after work or a little bit later on, you're going to have a protein shake. You're going to get some more protein on board, and maybe a banana. Get some carbohydrates in your system. You're going to go and train. And again, before you train, I would recommend, in my opinion, taking a pre-workout supplement. That's going to give you a little bit more caffeine. That's going to give you a bit more of a boost. I've looked into this, guys, because I don't believe in overly relying on caffeine. 400 milligrams per day is the recommended amount of caffeine intake that is safe. I am touching usually 350 at the most. 100 in the morning, 200 to 250, depending on what supplement I'm using. That is it for my caffeine intake. I don't drink coffee throughout the morning. I don't drink coffee throughout the afternoon. This is what works for me. If you're used to drinking coffee all day, maybe you need to adjust that a little bit, or maybe you need to find a way to use caffeine to your advantage. Post-workout, get yourself a protein shake immediately. Now, the reason we do this is not because of some magical anabolic window. The reason I do this is because this is when I'm hungriest in the day. If I hold that off longer and longer, I become hungrier and hungrier. And remember, this is evening time, and I want to avoid binging at nighttime. I get in some quick nutrition to replenish myself immediately after my workout. That then gives me some time to get home, take a shower, whatever it is that you usually do, and then start to prepare dinner. For dinner, we're going to hold back on the carbohydrates and we're going to up the fats. So usually I like to cook some fish. Salmon is my favorite, or some sort of omelette. I think eggs are an amazing source of protein, and I'm going to serve that with a little bit of veg and some avocado. That's going to satiate me, send me into the evening. Before I go to bed, maybe you can have a little bit of a snack depending on how you're feeling, maybe some yogurt mixed with some protein. Keep it simple, guys. That is it. Now, a couple of bonus tips. Number one, whilst you're doing this, simply move more. The more you move throughout the day, I've made plenty of videos on this, the more calories you are going to be burning. And the more calories you're burning, combined with that calorie deficit, that's going to help you to reach your goal faster. And number two, this is a big tip that I think a lot of people ignore. Stop rewarding yourself so much. If your goal truly is to lose weight, you need to stop getting into that Saturday's my cheat day mindset. Oh, it's Saturday night, I need to relax, throw everything out the window. Think of it like finances, guys. If you were to save $100 every day, let's just say $700, if you can consistently do that, it's going to add up fast. But if every time it gets to Saturday, you think you deserve a reward, so you go out and spend $400 on a night out, it is basically halving all of the good work that you do. Everyone needs a cheat day, everyone needs to relax every so often, but if your goal truly is to lose weight, to change your lifestyle and to change the way you look, it's going to take some sacrifice. Limit the cheat days, limit the cheat meals to once per month. That doesn't mean that I, random face on the internet, I'm telling you don't go out and spend time with your friends, anything like that. It just means you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to undo all of the good work that you're doing, because your body doesn't know that you need a rest on a Saturday night. Your body is just going to have to process whatever it is you put into it, whether that be alcohol, whether that be food. Your body's going to have to deal with that somehow. And if your body's used to storing fat, if that's its go-to mechanism, that's probably what it's going to do when you go out and start binging on a Saturday night. So there it is, guys. Super simple diet. Again, this isn't a long-term solution. This diet will include all of the macronutrients you need. So how are you going to adjust it if necessary? Well, if you feel like it's not doing enough for you, if you feel like you're still eating a little bit too much and you're not seeing the results, simply use smaller portion sizes. You don't need to cut something out. Decrease the portion size until you start to see the results that you want. Feel sometimes like, oh, this is a little bit overly restricting. Simply increase the portion sizes. Don't introduce an extra snack. Don't introduce new random foods that could be detrimental. These are the best foods that you can possibly eat to lose weight. You get a little bit of everything you need. You get plenty of protein. You can still train. You're still going to have energy to get through the day, but you're going to move towards your goals. And ultimately, is that not what you want? Hope this one's been useful, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.